Question everything, for the truth shall not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, you had a sister that was speaking to some of our appointed representatives out there in Chicago, and she had a video recording of one of the appointed representatives who's supposed to represent us of our nation from our nation. And it's just, it's what I've been saying for quite some time about this so-called appointed representatives that are Aboriginal Niggros that speak on helping the black and brown community, that was code words for not doing nothing for Negro people, and in turn doing everything for brown community. So with that stated, that sister had a recording of ALD Maria Haddon, appointed representative of Chicago. And on that recording, she played in front of all of the other representatives and the rest of the audience that day. That recording of Maria Haddon, allegedly, you got to say that, it had her speaking, allegedly, on the migrant situation. And what she was speaking on was how, allegedly, how if they was to advocate for Negroes as much as they advocate for the immigrants coming in, that Negroes wouldn't be in the circumstances that they're in. If they was to actually advocate on our behalf for the things that we need in our communities as appointed representatives that are from our nation for us, that we wouldn't be in the situation that we in right now based off of lack of resources and lack of economic growth. That's her words behind closed doors that was recorded, allegedly, by our sister who had recorded it and replayed it on her recorder in front of everybody. And like she said, you talk like this behind closed doors, away from the media and away from the people, knowing our plight. But when you in front of the people, when you out in the public, this is not what you're talking about. You're on the fence with the black and brown community, and in turn not doing nothing for your own people. And this is the problem that we have as Aboriginal Negroes of America. Our representatives that look like us from our nation don't represent us. They're not even trying to represent us, to where you can catch them on video recording, allegedly, speaking about it behind closed doors, knowing what they're doing. And just like my sister Vicky Dillon from the African diaspora, where you can see this video at on YouTube, asked, what are y'all doing for us then? What is the purpose? Because at the end of the day, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what's going on. Who are y'all pledging allegiance to if you're not pledging allegiance to your own people? How important it is to get that bag and to betray and turn your back on your whole nation of people. How does that work? Because there are children involved. There are babies involved when it comes to sitting in ghetto slums and hoods. When you look at some of these ghetto slums and hoods in the destructive poverty that they are under, breeding survival work that y'all call crime, these are the realities of why. When you look up the amount of things that the immigrants are getting, allegedly coming into the country based off of them just being newcomers, Aboriginal Negroes ain't never got that to build their communities up. We got the opposite of that. Remember, we got KKK. We got rioting and white rioting throughout our communities that destroyed businesses and destroyed homes and took land from us, literally, and been taking land from us ever since the 1400s. That's just the reality to it, for those that know. So with that, this is where we stand. When you see Maria Haddon, and many others, they know exactly what they're doing and who they actually stand for 100%. Throughout Chicago, Philly, you name it, New York, Cali, you name it. We've been sold out. And that's what it is. And that's why our communities look the way they look. And this is what Martin Luther King was talking about way back in the day when he was marching. He was talking that same thing, how you can give an economic floor to the European peasants coming in, but told the Negroes to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. But they're giving out land all throughout the Midwest to their people. Giving out land. Here, have it. You can have it. Building land grant colleges. This ain't my words. You can look up Martin Luther King's speech on it. So they know what they've been doing. And in turn, keeping us stuck, keeping us without, keeping us impoverished. And then capitalizing off of it by having all these different code words to lock our people up based off of us trying to survive doing survival work, like Jessica Ramos said out there in New York. If you see the immigrants doing anything allegedly on any level of things, allegedly, consider that to be survival work. But that same survival work she's talking about is that work that we do that they call us criminals, that they mass incarcerate our people, and in turn, they get jobs off of that. They become probation officers and prosecutors and judges and cops that run through our community that don't respect us, allegedly, and so on. This is the reality to it. But no one's owning up to this. But you think these appointed representatives don't know, like Maria Haddon? They know. They know exactly what's going on. That's why she can speak about it behind closed doors. But where's her backbone at for her own people? Why become appointed representative if you can't speak on the truth of our people to help our people? What is the use of you? This is the reality to it. Reality to it. Brandon Johnson, same thing. We got all these people that look like us in these appointed positions of so-called fake power, because they don't got no power, but they in the position to help other nations as they continue to have power over their own people, keeping their people in a position of impoverishment. That's what is going on. This is that reality. And we got to call them on it. We got to call them on it 100%, because that's what's going on. Some of y'all got gray hairs on this planet now that are Aboriginal Negroes of America, and y'all know that things haven't got better in our community, even though we go out to vote in drones. Y'all know it. And it's not our people that's causing this problem. It's those that control the resources that we are appointing to be representatives that ain't representing us in our best interests. That's why we in the boat we in. That's why our communities look the way they look. That's why our young youth are doing the things they are doing, based off of not having no type of economic growth, not having no type of true opportunities for their own selves in their own community from those that look like them. Instead, we sending them out trying to get them to get opportunity from those that got histories of hating them. But see, if we had small businesses and businesses in our community, then we can hire our own. We can deal with our own. We can help our own babies. And in turn, they won't be on the streets doing the things that they're doing. That's just what it is. We can curb the mass incarceration that they colonizers are capitalizing off of, locking all our men up and dividing us away from our homes and keeping us from being head of household and wearing the pants in our own home as men to our women. This is just the reality to it. But if we ain't going to call them out and hold them accountable for what they're not doing as appointed representatives for our people, then how do we change? How do we curb? How do we stop what is going on? Well, this is where we stand. And they keep getting busted, just like in California when they was moving the resources from the Negro community to the Latino community, allegedly. This is how they keep getting busted. Well, we need to do something about it. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know.